Team of 5 members from various ministries and departments in the Government of India at the request made by the Government of Tamil Nadu to have a look at damage and losses that have happened because of the cyclone and the extra heavy rainfall that happened in Chennai and surrounding 4 districts. So we are coming for that and it is unfortunate that people both in the urban area and peri-urban area and the rural area had to suffer losses and damages both. In the last 48 hours, we broke into 2 teams. I am covering the south of Chennai and southern districts, while another team is going to other 2 districts. We have been able to see the rescue, relief and recovery operations that the Government of Tamil Nadu has carried, and we appreciate that. And we are in Chennai immediately during and immediately after the disaster happened and I'd like to acknowledge the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, who is the chairperson of the National Disaster Management Authority, and also proactiveness of the Honorable Home Minister, who makes sure that we as a team arrive in a state when the disaster is happening or just immediately after a disaster. So we are doing that. We have been able to do a lot of field visits for 48 hours, and our understanding are the following. First, that the state government had made a lot of preparedness and capacities both for rescue, and they did extremely well looking at the early warning systems, including the dam we are sitting in. They could take preventive measures and preparedness measures well in time, and therefore Chennai and surroundings have suffered damages and losses, but this is much better compared to the 2015. Whether it is airports or power supply or mobile connection or milk supply or water supply, things are much better. People would have to go through inconveniences in such disasters. We regret that. Hopefully no citizen of the country should go through any inconvenience, but it is much better. What we require is that we need to have a larger mitigation strategy for the whole town, because this is an urban conglomerate that is growing into its peri-urban areas. There are so many corporations apart from the greater Chennai. So there should be more integrated mitigation planning, looking at what highest rainfall can do to the citizens of this city. So we, along with the state government, as Government of India and Tamil Nadu government, would like to work to, forward. What has happened, but we like to build up lives again. We are ready to support the Government of Tamil Nadu in whatever recovery programs they are doing, as we get all the data. We also want to work ahead, and we will be having a urban flood mitigation program, a smaller version for next 2 years in the city. We'll also like to build up a larger program on mitigation, so that we have weather and climate would be unpredictable with climate change, and if you're living in a city at 2 to 6 meter elevation, things are going to be difficult. But we should be prepared for that, and the only way to prepare is to be better prepared, have the capacities, decentralize the capacity, and mitigate, and look at what has happened in the past in reservoir and dam management and canal linkage, and look towards the future of having a more resilient infrastructure in the city of Chennai. Thank you.
So you are visiting to the farm area. The farmers are mostly damaged. Nearly 600 acres was damaged. So what do you think on what they need is required, what they ask you?
So the farmers are, unfortunately, because it takes a lot of effort to become a farmer. It's very easy to live in an urban area. It's very difficult to do the hard work in a farm and get the produce. So it's very unfortunate that ripe seeds of the paddy crop was down because of heavy rainfall, a lot of water and wind velocity. So the farmers are asking for compensation for that, and also input subsidy, because next year onwards they also will have to grow in the farms. So there's a mixed package. One is the insurance cover that is provided by the Fasal Yojana of the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, and we also cover up from the SDRF and NDRF. So as per the norms, we would support the losses that the farmers have gone through. If not completely, at least a part of the cost.
So are you satisfied with the canal routes which is linked to this lake which is visited earlier?
We did not have the time to do such large-scale technical assessment, but the presentation made by the engineer here makes it sure that emptying the reservoir at the right time when they had the cyclone warning and rainfall warning has been very scientific, has been very useful. Otherwise, we would have gone through much worse time. Thank you.
Sir, in 2015, some water from Sembarambakam lake was opened. So it flooded. More than 120 people died because of it. This time, water release controlled by the Indian government. Do you think that is the right thing to do?
As per the results, preliminary results coming up now, I think it is the right thing to do because if you have regulated gates and spillways in reservoirs and tanks, and if you have early warning, the best thing is to empty that to a particular level so that you have buffer water in these reservoirs, because if you don't release this buffer water, all the water will have to be released very suddenly. So I think on that account, I should compliment the government of Tamil Nadu for taking preventive measures of releasing water in time.
Sir, you said that the Tamil Nadu government has performed well in the flood relief work. In what the way is the perform well?
So performed well in the sense all the parameters. When you have power supply coming up early, when your flights start moving in 24 hours or 6 hours instead of waiting for 4 days or 6 days that happened last time. If you are able to bring, I should also acknowledge the efforts of the, we are only talking on their behalf, but NDRF personnel from Ministry of Home Affairs, the first people to reach on the ground, the State Disaster Response Force, the Fire and Rescue Department, the Army, local Army units present here. So everybody contributed. And all the brilliant officers who were deployed, young brilliant officers who were deployed as monitoring officers and training officers in the field. I was told everybody was in the ground zero for 3. So I think I've heard that the water supply was quite fine, milk supply was fine, the medical camps and the health department resorted very timely, then the food supply was timely. I think shelters came up very quickly. Is my understanding of going around and talking to people. So these are what you require at the end of the day. And if you have early warning, you can move your important belongings from the ground floor to the first floor. Most of people could do that. So these are the things you think are good efforts of rescue.
Sir, but they are asking 5,000 crores above, but the central government is giving to below 1,000 crores.
I have not reached that conclusion yet. I have not even read the document. The state government has not given me any document till now. They would be submitting it tomorrow. My team will examine that as per the items and norms and whatever is best possible. And as per the norms, we will like to support the government of the
The Minister wrote a letter to the Prime Minister regarding the needs to 1,060 crores to settle down the damages to the relief. So as per you have received, you will take into the concern of the request from the...
So we'll get a final memorandum tomorrow from the state government. I don't know what memorandum that is. The government is still preparing that. We would, as a team of 6 people, you see only 3 of us, we'll go through that. And from our field assessments and the everything as a rate and item now, we'll try to do the best possible.
Sir, you spoke to the common people. What to say, sir? What do they say?
So they had their problems, but they were also, all the people were also appreciative of what government could do. It's a large population in Chennai that we are talking about, but predominantly people are satisfied. I don't see any problem. Some people would have been left in such a huge population. You might lose some, but I think largely people have been satisfied. Thank you so much.